Good morning to one and all. This this is the second chapter. The main topic of the second chapter is dewatering. In this dewatering, the main objective is we need to remove the total water content which is present in the construction site. Why? Because those water will have to cause a obstruction to our soil work and other footing work, so that we need to reduce those quantity by simply dewatering. So that in this dewatering technique we have previously observed two different method. That means this is the gravity flow method and another one is the piping method. In these two methods, piping method having a small period of time, that means within a weeks we will have to remove the total quantity of water whichever present in the soil or field itself. But in case of this gravity flow method, it is a less cost method. That means it is a somewhat cheap method compared to previous method, but it takes more number of days to dewater of particular land. So that it was employed from 1000 years back. This is the main disadvantage is we have to wait for a long time. That means simply 1 month or 2 months. After that we are having this electro osmosis method. That means the name itself we are having the terms electro, that means which is related to current. Next one we are having osmosis. Osmosis means normally this related to a chemistry. Osmosis and other things we are studied in our primary studies like 8th class and 9th class, so that this osmosis term is related to a chemical word. By using those electrical and chemical principles, we have to remove the content of water whichever is present in the soil. So that we have to know what is the basic thing, what are the equipments are employed in this particular dewatering technique. Thorough use of cathodes and anodes with passage of electric current. Okay, the main content in the particular electric osmosis is thorough use of cathodes. That means normally in our electrical, that means electrical wires, we have to observe this cathode and anode. That means the positive symbol and a negative symbol. Okay, positive symbol is denoted with cathode, negative symbol is denoted with anode. Okay, those two are here using here, cathode and anode with passage of electric current. That means we are injecting or passing a current into the soil. This method is the most expensive. Why? Because we need to have a large quantity of current, so that for each unit we have to pay some quantity of money, so that the total water will have to dry off by this current. Means normally in our house whole purpose for hot water, we are using these geysers and other things for hot water purpose. Likely in this electro osmosis method also similar to those geysers and others. Why? Because we are using these cathodes and anodes to simply we are using here these cathodes and anodes to dewater a particular land. By the passing of this current, automatically the water will be converted into vapor form, and it will be run off into the environment, not into surrounding lands and other cases. The total water will be converted into vapor. The total vapor will be mixed with the air or atmosphere in the surrounding areas. It is one only effective method of dewatering in deep clay soils. That means clay means normally in clay soils the particle size is very fine, so that different methods are having. Those methods will not give a sufficient result. Why? Because the particle size is very less and the removal of water is so time taking process. But in case of this electro osmosis technique, it will give a much more results better than the remaining methods. Why? Because of directly we are using here a current to dewater, so that it is a better method whenever the soil is like a clay content. Next one, how this dewatering technique was employed in a particular fields. Dewatering open excavation by ditch or sump. Normally this is a total land what we are having. In those particular total land we are simply making a slope. That means we are maintaining a slope so that due to the slope the total water will be catch to a particular area. In that particular area we have to run off those water, and we will have to catch those by using these electric motors and pipe systems, and we will have to run off from one field to another field. It is the advantage by these Dutch and sump methods. Okay, here the total initial water table at a particular position I will show. It is a ground level from it is a normally it is a ground level. Below the ground level we are having initial water table. After that we are made a particular slopy strata, so that due to that slopy strata the water will decreases due to this lack of material. On one side we are having huge quantity of material, on another side we are having less quantity of material, so that due to seepage and other hydrological parameters the water will be flow from high body to low body, so that the water will have to tend to move from higher body to lower body, so that this kind of slope will be formed by naturally. Due to the slope the water will be collected into a small dump or sump, whatever it make adjacent to the large body, so that all the water will be catched into a particular area. Those water will be cleared by using these electrical motors and other pumps. It is a main phenomena which was used in these ditches and sump method to dewater. But in case of this electrically osmosis method, we are having a current passage into the particular soil strata. Due to those current, automatically the water will evaporates. Uh, this is the open sumps. That means in the field itself, directly we are making a particular canal like structure. That means in the middle of the field, simply we are making a particular canal, so that the total water will be collected into those canals, so that by using these small kind of pumps. Here we are having a small pumps which are shown in the black color. By using those pumps we have to remove the water by a high capacity motors. It is the open sump and ditchment. That means the sump is opened in a particular land. In some cases we are have closed sumps also. In those closed sumps are constructed vertical to the particular soil profile, but these open sumps are horizontal. That means those are constructed along the x-axis of a particular soil strata. If the soil strata having a vertical axis, means automatically those are closed sumps. This is the dewatering technique. It is a closed, normally a canal constructed in a particular land by using a proper slope, so that the water will collect into the particular sump or ditch. All those water will be run off. Water will be taken away from one point to another point by using these motor lines and pipelines. Normally these pipelines are used in the agricultural fields to feed water from canal to agricultural field. Likely here we are using this pipeline system for removing water, so vice versa we are taking against these crops and others. Normally crop field they require water seasonally. That means every 3 days or 7 days they have to fed water. We have to fed water to the particular crop depending upon the crops. If it is a cotton or mirchi, we need to water for 4 days or 5 days. Why? Because those consumption is less. In case of rice and other maize crops, we have to water in a full level, otherwise they don't have to give a much quality of grains. So that depending upon the crop we have to feed the water. Likely here the soil also having a particular quantity of water percentage in the layer by layer, so that those water we have to remove to do a proper construction work without any obstructions and disturbances. So that this is the method we are employing. This is a open sump and ditch. First of all, we have to observe the things. That means whenever we have to face a problem, automatically in another situation will be easier to us. Why? Because already we are faced some kind of problem, so that we have some quantity of experience, so that by using those experience we have to do another work efficiently without any obstructions and mistakes. So that these case studies, that means in many of the areas we have to observe different obstructions formed due to this natural, that means in some of the countries and others, likely in foreign countries, they are facing regularly tornadoes and cyclones and the tufans, hurricanes. All those are related to water, so that they have to face a large quantity of collapse or different kinds of failures of structures, so that they need to repair regularly due to those natural uncalamities. Likely we have to face this kind of dewatering techniques and other also. Those case studies are very much useful for us for better understanding of this subject. Why? Because those are employed directly into the field by different practices. Those practices will give us a much experience, so that we need to observe different case studies. The normally a case study means we have to go and observe what are the things they are doing on a particular site, so that how much content is useful to us for our project. Is this any extension is there? That means they are simply following some kind of somewhat percentages of replacement or some kinds of motors for dewatering techniques. Likely those methods are useful for us. What is the soil characteristics, so that what kind of procedures they are employed, all those things we need to observe and we have to practice in our localities to dewater a particular land. First of all, this case study one, we are having a place of Bangalore. That means normally Bangalore, uh, Gandhi Bazaar, Putana Road. That means number 65 Putana Road, Gandhi Bazaar, Bangalore. The total site was located in the city of Bangalore and Gandhi Bazaar. Okay, what is the case study? What they are doing on a particular site? Proposed construction still, that means a plus 4 storied commercial complex, so that it is not a residential building completely, it is a commercial building. Means normally commercial means those are related to these fields of markets. Normally we have to observe different shops or any other working places, those are related to this business and other, all those are located in a single apartment like structure. Those are called as a commercial complexes. In that particular complexes we have a n number of shops or any others. Likely we are having these dmarts and other Reliance supermarkets. All those are somewhat these commercial complexes, so that in one particular building we are having a many number of varieties of goods are available, so that those are called as a commercial complexes. So we have to buy different products like our washing purpose and eating purpose and wearing purpose. Likely our electronic gadgets and food gadgets and other gaming items, all those are available in a single complex. Those kinds of complexes normally we are called it as a commercial complexes. So that in that particular place this commercial complex was sanctioned, so that before going to do construction, what they have to observe. First one, results of the geotechnical investigation done on 18/5/2008. That means on that particular date they have done some quantity of laboratory tests. That means in the form of geotechnical investigations. The what are the site properties and parameters and indexes. Parameters means normally shear strength and tensile strength and other things. Parameters, after that they have to use these different techniques which are in geotechnical engineering for the properties of the soil. First of all, they have to know the water table between 0.6 meters to 1 meter below EZL during the period of investigation. That means average ground level. During the period of investigation, that means during the period of investigation means simply they have mentioned a date 18/5/2008. On that particular date they have observed the water table lies at a between 0.6 to 1 meter from the EZL ground level నుంచి. Next one, the loose brownish sandy at the top of 2 meters to 3.6 meters below the existing ground level in various boreholes. That means loose brownish sandy in the top of 2 to 3.6 meters. Means on the top of the soil they are having a sand with a color of brownish color, and the particles are sandy particles. That means the total soil is related to these sandy soils at a thickness of 2 to 3.6, means simply 1.6 meters of thickness existing ground level on various boreholes. That means boreholes they had prescribed on the particular soil itself. N value of the particular depth of 3 meters below the ground level observed on a quite low. That means N value means normally this is soil parameter. Depth of NGL 1.5 meters, what they are having a recorded N value 4. After 2 meters they are having is 7. Likely the value will increases. That means number of N value will increases while the meters depth of the soil is increases. After that NGL value with respect to this soil bearing capacity at 1.5 meters they are having a soil bearing capacity of 60 kilonewton per meter square. That means of that particular area will have to bear that quantity of stresses. At 2 meters, 2.5 meters, 3 meters, 4.5 meters, simply the soil bearing capacity increases. Why this soil bearing capacity increases while the length was increases? That means in the top layer the total soil will be having a eroded soil. That means due to these rains and other obstructions due to environment, likely winds and storms and other economic that means environmental factors, we have to face every year different situations like hot climatic conditions, cold climatic conditions, and severe storms. So that due to those all activities the top layers will have to face different situations and stresses due to those top layer having some quantity of less soil bearing capacity. While the length was going, automatically the effect of the storms and others was decreases length meter by meter, meter by meter, simply, so that the soil bearing capacity will increases by simply going to downwards conditions in particular soils. If it is a sandy soil total in normally desert areas, the total quantity we are having is a sand. In this particular areas we won't have to go for constructions completely, we need to change the soil, and after that we have to go for construction. So that we need to observe what kind of land it was, what are the structural parameters, soil bearing capacity, and these N value, that means fractional values. After seeing and observing all those conditions we have to go for constructions, and it is the case study. That means here we are having a ground level and water we are having, we have to observe all those things, and depth of the soil. Excavation for placing a isolated footing for a column. That means normally this ground was ditched for a construction of an isolated footing. That means isolated footing means already you have studied in RCC. Isolated means simply a single column they are constructing, so that for the construction of column they are digging a particular quantity of land, so that the water was absorbed on that particular land. So that what they have to do means simply they need to remove all the water present in the soil by simply these pumping mechanisms. What they have done is simply they arranged a particular quantity of this centrifugal pump to remove the quantity of water, pump being positioned for dewatering to create a dry condition for placing concrete for footing purpose. That means what is the purpose of removing water means simply they need to construct a isolated footing. To construct a isolated footing the total soil will be in dry condition. Otherwise, if there is any quantity of water, means automatically the concrete will be diluted by this excessive amount of water. So that simply they need to remove the total water. After the removal of water, they have to go for a small site, that means a small corrections in the side. That means the total soil whichever on the top layer will have to remove, and uh, they need to refill it with another soil. After that, they have to go for construction of a this isolated footing. This is the process they are following. This is the another diagram, dewatering from the pit in process. That means they are simply arranging a pipes, and they simply calculating this depth of the water what they have on a particular pit with the help of this ladder. And they are having a one pipe. That means they need to calculate what is the total length of the pit, how much quantity of water was there, so that how many number of pumps are required to remove the total quantity of water. Is it suitable for 1 day or 2 days? That means the total quantity of water will be removed is possible in 1 day, or they need to go for a high raised pumping system. All those things they have to calculate. It is a closer view. That means simply the motor, and simply the motor is collecting and feeding into the another lands. They are digging a particular land for construction of footings. Normally the site is given for a commercial complex, this construction. After dewatering almost nearing a completion, that means the bottom we are having a small quantity of water, the side we are having a soil, the top layer we are having a red soil. After that we are having this cement color soil. That means simply it is a fly ash color, fly ash or stone dust color. After that, two persons are in a particular pit. They are simply removing the total water, and they are simply వాళ్ళు చదును చేస్తున్నారు ల్యాండ్ మొత్తాన్ని కూడా. Some buckets are also employed to remove the water. That means at the last surface they have a less quantity of water with high density, means the total water will have మనకి చాలా థిక్నెస్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది వాటర్కి మనకి. సో దట్ those water cannot be removed by using this pipeline system. So that if you have to use these buckets and other bucketing mechanism for removal of water. It means simply mucking process. What is a mucking process? Means the top layer of the particular marshy land will have to remove, and they have to do some ground improvement. Why? Because we are placing a huge quantity of concrete for the purpose of footing, isolated footing, so that the soil will have a better properties. The soil will not have a quantity of water, so that they are going for a mucking process after dewatering. That means simply they are using these bamboo sticks for, that means simply they are using these bamboo sticks for construction purpose. That construction purpose, the side we are having a particular wall, so that due to this dewatering technique the total quantity of water we are removing. After removing of water we have a particular quantity of voids, so that is it a chance to fall down of wall, so that simply they are giving a support by these bamboo sticks to the wall without falling. After that they constructed a quantity of footing. That means a particular footing they are constructed, and they simply fed water, and they given a particular support by using these bamboo sticks. Why? Because if they didn't give the support, automatically due to this water content, the total pillar will be sink into a particular direction according to this water content. So concreting of footing is complete. reinforced case column in view. That means the total concreting work is over. Simply the column having some quantity of steel is there. Okay, it is also dewatering in process before concreting of a column. Okay, after the construction of this column is over, they simply we are having this totally on four sides we are having this fencing work, and they supported with these bamboo sticks. After removing of these trenches, the column will looks like simply it is a small footing. It is not so large, it is a small footing. In this particular case also they have only 1 to 2 meters of shuttering. That means shuttering also not removed, simply they placed the concrete and they simply given a support with these bamboo sticks. In this particular figure they completely removed the shuttering, and watering also there for curing purpose. Normally in so many areas in the footing they won't go for this complete watering. Why? Because if there is a huge amount of water is poured on a particular footing, automatically the footing will sink down. So that simply they are using this watering lightly. That means day by day they sprinkle the water. After the sprinkling of water is over, simply they use these gunny bags for curing purpose. Normally gunny bags will have to retain a large quantity of water within the body, so that those gunny bags will help us for a curing work. In view of the formwork being removed after concreting columns attain the strength. It means after removing the concreting column we have to wait for a 28 days or minimum 21 days of time for getting a complete strength. And further to have to go for this daily we have to give some 2 to 3 layers of this water for formation of this calcium silicohydrate gel formation. If there is no proper gel formation, automatically the strength will be decreases. Next one, this is dewatering in process of backfilling soil over the column. In this column also we are having a large quantity of dewatering is gathered. Water is gathered, so that all those water is simply dewatered the help of these pipes. After the water is removed we have to fill those with this kind of matter, that means soil. We have the adjacent column. After the successful concreting of footing, a part of the column with soil being filled in the back to cover the columns. That means up to what strata they are having this concreting with the column is over, up to that mark they have to fill with this soil. In some of the cases the soil having weak properties, so that they are using other industrial wastes and surrounding cheaply occurring material for the filling purpose. This is also another field having a much quantity of water in the particular footing site, so that they need to go for removing of the water. That means this is a adjacent column. First they are go for a particular line of removal of the quantity of the water. After that they will go for second line. That means it is a total area, so that they will have to 1 2 3 4 in the particular. Normally I am giving a small examples, so that these are all the footings in a particular location. For each footing they have to build a column. Likely this footing work is on the field. They are simply constructed one first line of the footing. After the first line is completed they have to go for second line, likely third line, fourth line. They need to follow an order, whether it may be in horizontal direction or vertical direction, whatever it may be, they need to follow some order. Otherwise that will consumes more quantity of time. it is a normally second lane they are constructing and dewatering the quantity of water available on the particular pit. That is the one case study. And the next one we are having second case study is LIC of India, Zeevan Bhimanagar, Bangalore. In the Bangalore city itself, they are having another land with this problem, having a huge quantity of water, so that it is a land. Simply, workers are associated with these constructions, and simply they are removing the water in the particular land by using these motors. We are having these green pipes, and some of the people are simply floating. That means moving on those particular pits, having these construction equipments. On the one of the side we are having these rocks. Why? Because those rocks are employed for the particular land to remove the total water due to the self weight. Also, some in some of the places they have to remove the water. On the first we are having this column, that means footing with a column standings. View of the construction activity for placing a footing. After placing is over, they have to go for concreting work. Simply they are done this bar bending work and placed a particular footing. Next, this is the LIC of India, that means Life Insurance Corporation of India building. They are simply constructing. What are those values they are got? Results of geotechnical investigation on day 15/5, that means May 15th 2008. What they got is water table between 2 to 3 meters from the ground level during the period of investigation. That means on that particular date the water quantity is likely 2 to 3 meters. They got the water quantity is available. Filled up soil for a depth of 2.4 to 3 meters. That means from 2.4 to 3 meters they have to fill the soil, and value below the natural ground observed be quiet ground. They are simply previously we have to observe this depth with respect to n value and depth with respect to soil bearing capacity. 1.2, 1.5 to 3, the n value. After that we are having this soil bearing capacity with respect to kilonewton per mm square. This is the construction land. Way of construction works try to remove soil and make way for the water movement away from the concrete footing. That means on the edge of the particular figure we are having this this footing, so that the water is also staggered surrounding of the footing, so that they have to give a particular route way to collect the total water in the particular site, so that simply they are maintaining a some slope by constructing a small canal like ways, so that due to those canal like ways the total water will get in a particular location, so that they will have to use these pumps and motors to collect all the water whichever in the soil, so that it will be a water free soil for the construction purpose. And the view of the footing with the severe cracks at the corners, that means in the edges. Here we are having uh, corner, that means they are simply observing these cracks, in which case we have to get this kind of cracks, means automatically the total water will be removed from the particular site itself, so that they have to face a voids. That means if the total water will be removed, means automatically they have to get some quantity of voids, or the total soil having some quantity of water we are removing, means automatically the volume will be decreases. Due to the decrement of volume, in some cases we have to get these kind of cracks at the edges. Okay, this is the cracks we are getting at the particular edge of a place. Closer view of the footing with severe cracks at the corners. That means in the corner or edge we are having a severe cracks. Those also we have to rectify. Otherwise, those will leads to a sink down of a total footing or a structure. Here the workers are placed shuttering. That means on surroundings we are having shuttering works. After that they simply placed a column bars. That means footing bars, and after the above that we are having this column bars. in the below the footing of this case of a particular footing. That means case means normally we are called it as a case. In the below the case we are having a small rocks like those are called as a clear cover bars. That means a clear cover we need to give to every structural part. If it is a footing or it is a column, it is a beam, it is a slab, whatever it may be, for each and every reinforced cement structure we have to give these kind of clear covers. Otherwise the steel will be eroded easily and there will be no proper stress strain relationship. That means no stress will be transferring from the concrete to steel, so that they have to face severe consequences due to those improper settlement. We have the workers preparing the cast new footing. That means preparing to cast a new footing. Simply here we are observing a square like structure. Okay, square like structure. In that particular square like structure they have to go for construction of a footing. This is the total view of a site with liquefaction of a soil. That means the total water will staggered for a number of days or number of hours or number of months, so that the total water will bind with the soil. So it is some simply like a jelly like a structure. That means the total water is simply absorbed as a jelly matter. Whenever we construct a structures in this jelly like matters, automatically we have to face this sink down ఆఫ్ స్ట్రక్చర్. సింక్ డౌన్ మీన్స్ నార్మల్గా మనకి కుంగిపోవడం అంటారు తెలుగులో. కుంగిపోవడం అంటే ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్లో మనకి సమ్ పార్ట్ ఆర్ ఫ్యూ పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ ద బిల్డింగ్ విల్ సింక్ డ్యూ టు దిస్ గ్రావిటీ. In the previous also I told that there are gathering a quantity of these normally those are fly ash bricks. All those fly ash bricks are placed at a particular point. Why? Because the total load is applied on a particular soil, so that the load has to sustain or not. That means మనకి ఎప్పుడైనా లోడ్ని అప్లై చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే ఆ సాయిల్ మొత్తం కూడా ఆ లోడ్ని బేర్ చేస్తే కనుక సింపుల్గా అంతే ఉంటుంది. ఆ లోడ్ని బేర్ చేయలేకపోతే ద టోటల్ సాయిల్ విల్ బి getting to downwards. That means getting downwards means automatically they have to form a small మనకి గుంతలాగా ఫామ్ అయిపోతూ ఉంటుంది. సో దట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు అబ్జర్వ్ సింప్లీ బై దిస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ప్రాక్టీసెస్. సింప్లీ వీఆర్ ఎంప్లాయింగ్ ఏ పర్టికులర్ క్వాంటిటీ ఆఫ్ లోడ్ ఆన్ ద soil strata, so that if the soil is bearing those loads, automatically we have to go for dewatering. The soil is not bearing the load means automatically we need to employ different methods for dewatering. If the also not suitable, automatically we have to remove the total quantity of soil and we have to place a new soil and go for construction. It is a case study of a particular land. They are removing the total soil up to a particular depth. After that they are removing water, and after that they are simply constructing. A view of the construction site of LIC building in Bangalore. And by observing those two practices which were in Bangalore, what we have to learn means importance of proper geotechnical investigation. That means in the first figure we have observed that the total quantity of water will be removed by using a small ditches, like simply constructing a canal in a particular field, so that the total water will be connected into a proper ditch. The total water will be removed by motors. But in case of second construction, the total soil is in a marshy soil, so that we have to employ a different technique by simply placing a huge quantity of these bricks in a particular land. If it is a load bearing, automatically we go for construction. Otherwise we need to go for another practice. need for suitable arrangement of dewatering when water table is present within the depth of placing foundation, so that within the foundation level we won't have to go for construction. If it is a water structure, we have to get water free tight structures in foundation level. What are the advantages of open sump and ditches? Means widely used this method, mostly economical methods and installation of maintenance can be applied for most soil and rock conditions. Most appropriate method in situations where boulders or massive obstructions are met with the ground. Widely used method means most of the constructors are employing this work for rewatering purpose. Economical, that means it is a simply ఖర్చు తక్కువ మనకి, and it can be applied for the most soils and rock condition. That means most of the soils will have to observe, they will have to face this problem, so that this is employed for the most of the soils. Most appropriate method in situations where boulders and massive obstructions are met with the ground. That means in the below the ground level itself we are having some quantity of rock strata. If it is the soil having rock strata or field having rock strata, we have to go for this method. Greatest depth to with water table can be lowered by this method about 8 meters below the pump. That means if the pump is placed on a particular ground level, from that ground level below the 8 meters we have to remove the total water present in the particular field. It is the advantage.